everyone, I'm Lucy. Welcome back to my new Week in My Life weekly vlog. It's been a while since my last vlog was posted, and this is the very first vlog in this entire school year, so I thought I would start with a brand new self-introduction. My name is Lucy, and I'm now a second-year electrical engineering student at the University of Toronto in Canada. We just had 3 midterms and a couple of labs due over the past 2 weeks, and the upcoming week is just gonna be another typical busy week for us. We still have 2 quizzes, 1 homework, and 1 lab due next week. So I suppose this vlog will capture the typical week of me as a UofT second-year ECE student. Also, the week after next is our reading week, so that's a relief for everybody. So in this vlog, I'll take you guys along with me to my last week before the reading week. I should probably note here that this vlog actually starts on Friday and will end on next Friday because I already have something special planned for the next weekend. So I do want to end this vlog earlier so that I can start working on that. Now, without further ado, let's get started. My classes ends at 3 p.m. on Friday, so after class I went to UofT's Gerstein Library to do a little bit of catch-up for this week. Then I just got really tired in the evening and I decided to go to Dollarama to get some fall vibe home decorations. As you can see here, I got pumpkins, electric candles, scented pie cones, and this little girl labeled village accessories. Then I made my next week's bullet journal spreads. This is something I've been doing since the start of my university, and honestly it really helped me planning for my days. One big change I have for this school year is that I stopped drawing monthly calendars in my bullet journal. This is because it becomes really hard to change a written down deadline without leaving a trace. I simply switched to Google Calendar to keep track of all the deadlines and due dates. Also, I'm using the notification functionality in Google Calendar, in which you can set in how much time in advance do you want to be notified of the upcoming event, in my case, the deadlines. On Saturday morning, I slept in and got up at around 10 a.m. I made congee for breakfast, and I also steamed a barbecue pork bun and fried some mushrooms for lunch. I kept my lunch in 2 thermal insulating food jars so that they can stay warm for a couple of hours, and I can avoid the line in front of the microwave oven at the same time. went to UofT's robust library to study after breakfast. It's gloomy and rainy outside, so that's another reason why I don't want to come home to have lunch. After dinner, I upgraded my Halloween/fall vibe corner. One of the candles wouldn't light up at all, so I got fresh batteries. The overall look was very warm and cozy, I think. Then I tidied up my bookshelf. I basically reorganized my books and my plants so that my bookshelf looks more aesthetic. I'm really happy with the upgraded look, and I think studying with my favorite plants on the side brings extra joy to my study sessions. On Sunday, Cassie and I went to Riverdale Park, and then we headed to Scarborough for hot pot. That was really satisfying after the midterm season. It was a bit windy at Riverdale Park, and the sky was not clear. I can imagine on a really sunny day, the scenery would be even more amazing. I guess there's just nothing more to say about today, so just sit back and relax, enjoy the great feel of late autumn. When we got home, I didn't want to eat anything for dinner, so I went to UofT's Kelly Library to do the final bit of catch-up for this week. In the morning, I went to my ECE 212 tutorial at 9 a.m., and then I have a lecture right after it, which ended at 12 p.m. Then my friends and I went to Robarts Library cafeteria to have lunch. Then we went to 12th floor Harvard section to do some studying. It happened to be very sunny and bright at around 1:30 p.m., so I'm lucky enough to take this photo. The view is definitely amazing here. Now we have a new reason to come to the library, more specifically 12th floor. On Mondays, my classes end at 5 p.m., so I got home after the last lecture of the day. For dinner, I made veggie stew and rice. I also steamed half of a papaya with milk and egg, but then I decided to save it for my midnight snacks after I come back from Kelly Library. Also, I noticed our final exam schedule is posted. I'm so surprised that all of my exams are in the afternoon or evening, and they are all nicely spaced out over the 2 weeks of this semester's exam period, which is around mid-December. If you haven't checked it out, you can Google UofT's engineering exam schedule, and the first thing is what you're looking for. Also, I'm so excited to find out that there's no exam on my birthday, which is rare, I would say, based on my past experience from high school and my first year at UofT. I still remember last year in 2020 fall semester, after I finished my birthday cake, I have to rush to my laptop to start writing the mechanics final exam, which is definitely an unforgettable birthday present for me. Hey guys, it's now Tuesday. Today I have a quiz at 1 p.m., but I don't have lab session in the morning. However, I still woke up at my regular time and arrived at Robarts Library at 9:30 a.m. I got a double-double from Tim Hortons on the way here. I just went over the lecture notes and did the final couple of practice problems from previous exams that are related to this quiz topics. I stayed at the library until lunchtime. I went to the library's cafeteria and got a slice of chicken pizza. It was good, although the pepper is a bit spicy. After the 1-hour quiz, I have another lecture. After that, I have a 1-hour gap. I went to Tim Hortons to get some donuts for me and my friends. On the way back, it started raining hail. I checked the weather forecast last night, and it didn't say it was going to have any precipitation today. That was really surprising. After the short donut break, we had 2 more lectures. Then I went to Robarts Library again to first finish my dinner, and then I started to study for tomorrow's quiz. Jonathan, Andy, and I had a study session together. I did some practice problems and past quiz questions on Saturday, so tonight is basically going over the class notes and problems that tripped me on Saturday. On Wednesday, I slept over and I decided not to go to the ECE 241 lab session in the morning. However, I still don't want to fall behind, so I did part 1 of lab 5 at home. I have a quiz for Math 291 this afternoon, but I didn't spend too much time reviewing in the morning. For me, that will just give me more stress than reassurance. So I just went over the textbook examples from the last section and I looked at my tutorial notes. After lunch, I went to school to write a quiz and attend 2 more lectures. My class ends at 5 p.m. and then I went home for dinner. Tonight, I made rice and a stew. It's not a veggie stew because it has loin in it, so let's just call it a stew. I also added some vegetables like eggplants, potatoes, and enoki mushrooms. On the side, I washed some blackberries as after-dinner snack. Then I went to Kelly Library to do some practice problems for Math 290. We started to look at complex functions last week, so I do want to do some practice problems to make sure that I really know the class materials. This morning, I brought the used batteries with me to school. There's a battery recycling bin in Bayhan Center, so I disposed them there, so that people can still make the most out of it. After my first lecture in the afternoon, I felt so tired and sleepy, so my friends and I went to Koffler Student Service Center to get some coffee. I got a cinnamon toasted latte, which tasted really like Starbucks pumpkin spice latte. Then we went up to the second floor to find some seats. They had a nap and I finished my coffee. Then I watched the last lecture video for ECE 241, which is digital systems. On my way back home, I met this squirrel in St. Michael's College. From my observations, when people walk close enough to a squirrel, they tend to run away quickly. My hypothesis is that they are trying not to let humans steal their acorns. But this little guy didn't run away when I was standing right in front of him. Then for dinner, I steamed the other half of the papaya I left over from Monday. Then I made another stew with onions, potatoes, bell peppers, and pork ribs. After dinner, I went to Kelly Library to prepare for tomorrow's lab. I do want to get the most out of the lab sessions because of the real-time face-to-face interactions with TAs. I also did some practice problems for Math 291 just to make sure I'm following this week's lecture materials. This morning I woke up a bit late. My scheduled lab session is 9 to 11 a.m., but I stayed at ECF from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., so I still put 2 hours of time into this lab. This is ECF, Engineering Computing Facilities, and I'm working on ECE 244 Lab 4. This course is Programming Fundamentals, and Lab 4 is about linked lists. After looking at the lab handout, I gotta say it's so easy to have memory leak in that database structure, especially when I delete node objects. On Fridays, I always buy lunch from food trucks. I think Friday is the most exciting day of the week, and I deserve a day of not cooking lunch. Today I got chicken curry from the pink food truck. Then I went to my house center to finish my lunch and looked at a tutorial video. I have only one tutorial in the afternoon, which ended at 3 p.m. Then I went to Gerstein Library. My intention is to do some catch-up work before the reading week, so I can have a few days doing absolutely no schoolwork. However, I got caught up in ECE 212 Homework 7. It took me an hour to figure out everything and to fix my mistakes. That took longer than I expected. When I got home, it was almost 7 p.m. So after dinner, I just stayed at home and started editing this vlog. For dinner, I made rice and cabbage, pork ribs, and beef stew. That's it for the last week before the reading week. Next week, I'm definitely going to be catching up some more sleep and take a step back to give myself a break from the schoolwork. There's definitely more intense work after the reading week, so I need to get a head start on that on next weekend. For now, I'm just gonna go enjoy life for a couple of days before things go back on track again. Thank you for following along and see you in my next vlog. Bye!